Fred here, and welcome to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, I have here for you the Halo Reactor Shorty, because I guess it's short. Also, the Halo JAG6 tank, and some of their high BG juice under the name of Halo, as well as Pico. See how I cut the top of my head off so you don't have to see how bald I am and you can still read my shirt? I don't want to be way out here. But Halo sent me all this stuff, and I don't have all the time in the world to review these things separately in separate videos because I only do like 2 or 3 videos a week. So I apologize for that. This is going to be a little bit of a long video, but they're all really good products. I've tried all but one, which we will be trying today, right now on air. But we'll go ahead and start with the Reactor Shorty. I've been vaping this for about a week, but this is the case that it comes in. But I sort of repack it so you can sort of get the experience. Should not have juice in it. But just so you know, when you order the kit, the starter kit, which runs $65 from Halo, they give you a free 30 ml of juice. So what does that mean? It means that you get everything, including the battery, including the juice, to get started. There's nothing else you need. They give you everything you need. You don't see too many starter kits like that. And you can see they even give you the wall charger and cable, and there's instructions on the coil in here, and there's the cable. They give you everything. Let me stress that. They give you everything out of the box. So this would be an awesome gift. This would be a really awesome gift, because one thing will get somebody started. So what is this? Well, for those of you who know your vaping devices, you're going to say, hey Fred, that looks pretty familiar. That looks like a Eleaf iStick Pico 75 watt. Well, it is. They just rebranded it. But you know what? They rebranded a pretty damn good little advanced vaping device here. It's really good. It comes in black, silver, gray, white, pink. It goes from 1 to 75 watts, and it utilizes a single 18650 battery, which they included. I'll let you take a look here. It's the Avatar 30 amp. I never heard of Avatar. If you have some experience with this, please feel free to leave a comment in the comments below. By the way, in the description box below are the links to all these products as I go through them. So let's start off at the top. Here's the tank. It comes with 2 milliliter type of tank. It's 22 millimeters in diameter. You have bottom adjustable airflow. It's stainless steel and glass. It comes with 2 coils. They are nickel coils that start out at 0.25 ohms. Of course, as you use them, because they're nickel, they're going to change resistance. And this is a temperature controlled device. It can handle all the different vaping modes, like variable wattage, nickel, titanium, stainless steel, all those good things. So really nice product. So we'll go ahead and run through the menus really quick, and then we'll move on to the juice. Sorry, I just had to take a puff of this because it is really, really good. I think I have the Cobalt Crush in here right now. We'll talk about that shortly. So you can see it has a OLED screen right there. You have your fire button, then you have your multifunction up-down buttons right here. They multifunction because they do more than just make things go up and down. Kind of a small screen, but it's a small device. Oh, by the way, you have micro USB charging ability right there. You got your vent holes right there, and again, you load the battery. Positive side goes down, negatives on top. That's probably the only negative of this whole device is, you know, this sort of sticks up a little here, so even if you wanted to put something bigger than a 22 diameter tank on there, that this will physically limit you if you didn't care about the overhang. But this is not made for large devices. It's made for little tanks and RDAs. So up and down buttons will make things go up and down. See? Right now I have it in nickel mode. I don't know if you could see that. Might take a little bit of focusing there. There you go, Fahrenheit. You have your ohms right there, and you have your ramp up a wattage because I'm in temperature control mode. So it's going to zap this with 75 watts, and then as temperature control kicks in, it'll start limiting it. And I got a weak battery. Alright, oh, battery protection. So it hit the limit there. Alright, so you could go up and down very easily, just like that. If you go beyond the limit, it turns into Celsius. So see, so once you go over 600, and it goes all the way down to 200, and then it'll go to Celsius and take you through the same range in Celsius. I'm going to bring this back up to what I was vaping this on now. So again, up and down buttons, really small. So if you hit both of these buttons at the same time, let's see what happens. Locks the buttons, so these things will not change anything, and you can see it will still fire, but it just locks these buttons. I'm going to go ahead and hit those buttons and unlock it so the buttons work again. Now the fire button, you can hit it like 5 times and it'll go to sleep, so nothing will fire. Hit it 5 times again, it turns on. Now if you click it, I think it's 3 times, 1, 2, 3. You could cycle through the modes, so you got titanium, stainless steel, you got some memory slots, and variable wattage mode, bypass, back to temperature nickel, which is what I want to use. Okay. Also, if you put on a different coil, it recognizes that you put something different on there. It asks you if you want to do same or change it to something else. It does, just like all the other devices out there. So let me see, if I hit the fire and the minus button, does anything happen? Stealth mode. This way the screen doesn't light when you press your button. You do the sending again, negative, and fire button turns stealth mode off, and it works normal again. And then we got the positive and the fire button, and it locked the ohms, so it doesn't try to sense it being something different. And if we press the fire again, and it unlocks it. So that's kind of a neat feature right there. As far as the tank that came with this, got a single O-ring right up there, the drip tip. It looks like a Delrin drip tip with a chrome cover, so things won't get too hot. You have adjustable airflow on the bottom. Little indents right there. Things click as you turn them. You have 2 slots. Really good airflow for this little tank. 2 milliliter, by the way. To fill it, it's top fill. So you unscrew, whoops, you unscrew the top. Now, when I first got this, when I went to unscrew, it actually unscrewed the top of the tank. Luckily, this is press fitted with an O-ring, the glass on the bottom, so nothing would have spilt out. But you need to mind that. Be careful. As a matter of fact, see, it happened. Okay, so if I were to pull this glass off, it would spill. This piece separated. See what's supposed to happen. Let me show you. So this is the second time that this has happened. So this is one of the negatives on the tank itself. I'm going to try to separate these 2 pieces here. I mean, of course you could fill it like that. Just be careful not to pull the glass off. I'm trying to separate these 2 pieces, or just make sure you tighten the top of the tank a lot tighter than I have. Maybe that's the problem. So let me go ahead and put that on. That's what should have happened, was that should have came off, and maybe I should have had this on tighter like that, this way, and not tighten this as much, and then it would have came off, and then you just top fill it through those 2 outside holes. Then you put it back on. So be aware that that could happen, but luckily the glass stays attached to the bottom, not the top. And maybe not tighten this is tight, tighten the other one tight, don't tighten the top one. This way when you do go to take it off, the right piece comes off. Be aware, be aware. I made you say underwear. So there's the tank. So what I'm vaping today, and we'll sort of go off into the juice real quick, is right now I'm doing the Evo Cobalt Crush. Now there's two brands that fall under the parent company for Halo. You have the Evos and then you have the Halos. They sent me some examples or samples, large samples that I appreciate, of their high VG blends. So, you know, here's what it looks like for their high VG. It says high VG on it right there. This is the box that they come in. See that? And the Evos tend to be the fruit stuff, and the other ones tend to be the Halo tends to be the tobacco and more other, you know, other types of flavors. They're all good. They all come from the same place. The Evos tend to be a little bit cheaper. Everything, all the requirements government requires, everything is covered with the Halo and the Evo. I like that the glass, at least on the Halo ones, are tinted. I wish the Evo ones were. Built-in child-proof cap. You got the dripper. You have all the markings, the amount of nicotine in it, the milligrams, born on date or lot. Best, I'm sorry, not born on date, but best used. All the right information and, you know, warnings, made in the USA, in a lab, trusted source. In my opinion, the best juice on the market today. But that's very subjective because we're talking about flavor. But if we take that subjectiveness out, awesome vapor production, awesome flavor, nice, intense, well balanced, well done. I've never had anything from Halo that didn't taste, you know, nice and intense and flavorful and savory and just done right. Everything is balanced, perfect, in the best packaging you could imagine. So again, if you're interested in the starter kit or any of these juices, the links are in the description box below. You might have to scroll down because I have a lot of information, some, you know, all the specs, especially if I forgot to give you some specs, and again, all the links. Now the last thing I'm going to cover, which we'll go ahead and try together, is this JAG6 tank. Now in the past, Halo has rebranded really good stuff, as in the case of the Reactor Shorty. I, for the life of me, cannot find what this started out as, so I don't know if this is a true original from Halo or not. But right off the bat, I'm seeing some things that I really like. In my opinion and in my experience, bottom airflow type of tanks do eventually leak on me somehow, because I'm kind of careless a lot. I don't, you know, I'll leave them sit around for a long time and maybe tip them or do weird things to them that most people might not. But eventually I will have something leak out of those bottom airflow. So I do prefer top airflow if they are available. And you can see there is top airflow, and you just adjust it with the ring right here. No little detents. This is just a smooth moving guy right there. Glass, stainless steel. This is the black version, but they also make this in silver, I believe. I don't know why I didn't put it on my notes, but yeah, black and stainless steel. I'm sorry about that, folks. Top flow. Let me pull this off. As you can see, you have a nice drip tip right there, standard, so you can change that out whenever you want. There's your 510 pin down there. If you want to fill it, you should just have to unscrew the top, which we're going to be filling this in a moment. But you have two holes on each side to fill her up. So nice and easy. Now to put the coil in, we just turn this over to the other side and unscrew the base. And this is a very interesting coil. And these just unscrew and screw in. It looks like it's like ceramic on the outside. So this part is like ceramic, which is good. I think I like that better than stainless steel. And you can see there's 3 holes for juice to enter. into the organic cotton, and then you can see you have a really large coil down there, vertical. So very well made, and they did give me an extra one. They didn't give me a box because I think this is a brand new product. So they did give me they sort of gave it to me in a baggie. But I did provide the link below. At the moment they are sold out. But okay, you know what? I don't have to take that out. But I'm trying to read what it says for wattage and volt. Okay, it says to use, this is a 0.25 ohm, and they recommend from 20 watts to 70 watts. So pretty cool. So what does this tank hold? It holds 5 milliliters of juice. Again, it comes with the 0.25 ohm resistance coil head. The tank length is 65 millimeters and diameter is 25. So you know what that means? You cannot use this tank on the Reactor Shorty. Just so you know, don't order these together unless you have a device that can handle the 25 millimeter size tank. Let you take a look in there real quick. Seems to be very well made. You can see how that airflow gets down there in the juice. Let you take a look at how things are working there. So go ahead and pop that on. Screw it. So I'm assuming that when you order this, they'll give you some extra O-rings and all the usuals. I can only assume. Alright, so I gotta put this on top of a device and fill her up. So I got a device. Found a black device so it will match. And I gotta figure out what I want to put in here. So I'll tell you, I was vaping the living crap out of this black Eliquid and I've almost emptied it out. What I haven't tried yet is, what is this? Insomnia. Insomnia is a grape flavor. So we're going to be trying this today since I haven't tried it yet. Let you see. Whoops. Oh man. Nice packaging. Might be a little challenging for me to get out of the box, obviously. So we'll go ahead and shake these up. Halo does steep these things before they go out the door. I don't know if you want to do some additional. You can see that there's some safety plastic around these things to keep kids out of it besides the child-proof cap. I'm trying. Alright. So this is kind of a grape. And I do love grape. And again, it's Evo. They tend to do the fruitier stuff in the Evo line. Alright. At least that's what I've noticed. So to fill this up, you just put it down in one of the, oh man, I'm smelling something really good, folks. Yummy. Alright. Now again, this holds 5 milliliters, whereas the tank that came on the Shorty Reactor holds 2. Alright. So we'll get this filled in. Now I didn't prime the coil. I should have while I had it open, so I'm going to have to let this sit for a couple of minutes before I go sucking on it. I'll go ahead and put the cover back on there. One thing I don't see on this tank, I guess the only thing that I can tell is missing, would be the additional airflow. Like some people like the drip tip and airflow up here also. But I never use that because that tends to rob flavor. But again, you have the top airflow, but that air ends up coming in the bottom where it should. Okay, so you can see things bubbling up. You can see things going on in there. So I'm going to go ahead and let this sit for a bit, get the wattage set, and I will meet you topside. Okay, so what I decided to do is put this on my RX200S. This way I can pump it up to 60 watts. And it's 4.1 volts, and it's indicating 0.28 ohms, and it ends up being 14.2 amps. So I'd like to take a look at that real quick. So you can see I'm playing with fire. And I'm going to open up that airflow and try to do us as serious a lung hit that I'm capable of doing. So let's check her out. That's intense. Holy crap. That's more than I can handle. The flavor is coming through loud and clear. That is one of the most intense hits from a tank I've had in a very, very long time. That is really impressive. Again, I don't know if Halo rebranded this one or if this is an original, but I am, whatever it is, I am really impressed. This runs, when it is back in stock, it's running $30. And again, the link is down below there. It can handle 20. I already went over all this stuff. So, oh, by the way, ceramic cover coil comes in both 0.5 ohm and 0.25 ohm. So those are the two coils that they listed on their website. Another vape. This, you know what? I'm gonna close the airflow to about a quarter. So it's gonna be, you know what? I want to see if I can get a mouth to lung hit. I always like to try that. It closes up fairly tight. Alright. So I just have it open a crack, and I'm going to see how a mouth to lung hit tastes. Man, this is so good. So good. I'm going to open it up one more time. Man. That is intense. I don't think you could get... let me get some air. I don't think you could get a more intense experience than... this tank with the Halo products or the Evo. Really, really, really incredible. I don't know if I can... I wish I could let you experience the flavor that I'm experiencing. This is a flavor monster. And I love it. It's top airflow, which means as long as, you know, I don't know if you put it upside down, but as long as it's up, it's never going to leak like your bottom airflow. And it's... I mean, there's a little resistance when it's wide open, but I would say it's better than average wide open. And again, you got two slots, and they equally close and open as you turn that ring on the top. I'm a fan of this guy. I'm a big, big fan of this tank, the JAG6. I'm not even trying there to get a lot of vapor. It just does it on its own, and it's not getting hot on the tip. So I like how they got it's like a metal covering over the Delrin drip tip, which is a standard 510 drip tip. This is, man, I'm liking this tank. Really, really incredible. Just to wrap things up, just to give you an example of the Shorty, and again, you could, if I don't have all the specs on here, again, you could click on the link and go to the website and get it. But I have my eGrip 2, so you can sort of see how it looks compared to the eGrip. So it's in that category of little devices, and you can just sort of see how they look together. Let's go ahead and take a vape out of the Shorty. I feel a lot better now. Man, this is the Pico that's in here, and man, that is incredible flavor and airflow is great. Let's see if I can do a mouth to lung on this guy. I have just opened up a crack. Not as tight as a cigarette, but it comes down pretty close to it. One thing I noticed with this tank, I'll let this focus, you could see how the chimney sort of tapers as it goes toward the top as compared to the bottom. And look at those huge, if you're in New York, juice holes there all around. It does, I mean, for a little guy, it's pumping out the flavor and the vapor really good. One more lung hit. That is amazing for a little guy. For a little guy like that. That was 450 degrees with a 75 watt ramp up. Amazing. I'll tell you, I like everything. So the cons for all these products is mainly, my gripes is the top of this. When you unscrew the top, it may take off the top of the tank just a little bit. And as far as the device, the only downside I'm really finding on the device itself is you cannot, even if you wanted to, even with it spilling over the sides, and I don't mean the juice, I mean the tank, you know, if you try to put something bigger than 22, you can't, because the top of the battery cover prevents you from doing that. You can sort of see how close it is if my camera decides to focus one day. You can see how close it is getting there. Come on, there we go. So you can sort of see how close that is. We'll move it so you can sort of see the light come through between it. It's almost touching, barely. You could probably get a hair or two between there. But amazing device. And this, the package, everything including juice comes with this guy for $65. So check out these products from Halo. Again, best juice on the market in my opinion. And great device to rebrand, the Shorty, which really started out life again as the Eleaf iStick Pico 75 watt version. Good stuff. Alright, so check them out. At least check them out. Go to the website, check it out, because they're really good. I'll let you take a look at my shirt real quick. Stay back. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Gear Obsession channel. Bye-bye. Oh, good night.